That'd be really good. Okay.
Okay, good idea. Thank you, Monica. Okay, so let me say that again then. So the Miracle Set, ages 16 to 50s, has anti-aging. Okay, so it's meaning it's keeping the skin from aging. Okay, so the ingredients and the properties are different. Whereas the repair is doing just that. It's repairing. So it's for those of us that have some signs of aging that we either want to stifle, stop, and then eventually eliminate. Okay. Um, so those are the differences really between, and these are probably the two lines that you're gonna see sold the most. Um, so we always start with cleansing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a little bit about the cleansers, um, and then I'm going to just have you cleanse. Okay.
Is
So
that
for first,
the
huh?
volume firm foaming cleanser?
Yes, that's the one that you're going to use, Vanetta. Perfect. And you know what? You can even either cut those or start breaking those open before. I usually cut them because once your fingers get product, they get slippery.
Okay.
So we always want to cleanse first. Okay, so here's a fact, ladies, that I always share at a party or even a one-on-one. Skincare corrects, makeup covers. So your makeup's only going to look as good as the condition of your skin. Okay? If you do not cleanse your skin and take off your makeup every day, you age 7 days for every day you do not remove your makeup. We don't want that. Okay. So cleansing is super important. These are the two cleansers. Vanetta, this is what yours looks like when it's in the tube. It's got the same pearly pink color. And Davina's looks like this. And I chatted with her already. She's got the right formula, which is great.
What is that kind? What is that one?
This is the Miracle Set.
The miracle.
So the Miracle Set, I'm going to talk about real quick first because it's called the 4-in-1 cleanser. Okay. And Vanetta, this is good for you too, just to have the information.
Yes.
So the 4-in-1 cleanser does four things in one product. Okay. It's a cleaner. It has little teeny beads in it that are water soluble. And there's a toner in those beads. So when they dissolve, the toner goes right on the skin. Okay. So you don't have that extra step of having to put on a toner. It also has B3 in it, which is a skin brightener. Okay. And then it has the anti-aging properties in it. So it's defending, delaying, and delivering. It's defending against the elements, it's delaying the aging process, and it's delivering anti-aging, cleaning, all of that, this whole set. So that's the
Wait,
Miracle Set.
defending, delaying, and what was the third one?
Delivering. So that's why it's called you'll hear it referred to as the 3D. It defends, delays, and delivers. Okay. Then the the repair foaming cleanser, it does just that. It's creamier. It's going to foam. Like when you add some extra water to it, it's going to foam. This has repairing properties. These both have resveratrol plus, which is a supplement. This also has the Voluform lifting complex in it, okay, which plumps and lifts the skin. The repair line also has hyaluronic acid in it, which is already in our skin. So you're replacing that back into the skin. Okay. So what you're going to do is get some water on your fingers and get a little on your face. Okay. And then you're going to take some of the product. I always say a large chocolate chip size. I like food, so I always use food as an analogy. You do not need a lot of our product. Our product goes a long way. So a large chocolate chip size, you're going to work it between your fingers and just start cleansing upward. Okay. Stay away from the eyes.
Oh, shoot.
That's okay. You want to use your eye makeup remover there. And you can do your neck too. So I always tell women the area that you want to definitely at least cleanse and moisturize is bra line to hairline. So I cleanse in the shower in the morning and I cleanse my face, my neck, and my décolleté. Because it's all an extension. And I don't want to get a turkey neck.
Yeah, I'm getting one, and I've been using that all the stuff.
Yeah, it takes it when you're using it for the first time, it takes a little bit of time.
Like,
Do I rinse it now?
I'm sorry, what, Vanetta? I've got people freezing. It must be me on my end. Internet is unstable. So now you're gonna, after you've cleansed for about 30 seconds, you're gonna take your washcloth and wet it.
No, she's supposed to rinse it off.
Yeah, you take your washcloth and rinse it off. I'm sorry, it seems like I think it's my internet. So dampen your washcloth, Vanetta, and just remove that cleanser. So you always want to use a washcloth to take off your cleanser, so that you get all that stuff that you just
Oh,
cleansed.
you don't just splash water?
You don't splash water initially. You always use a washcloth first, because if you just use water, the water cannot grab and get rid of everything that you just cleansed. So you leave a residue on your face. So you need to use a washcloth first because it's going to take
Oh,
dirt
okay.
and oil off the face. Then you can splash your face with water if it feels refreshing, but the water can't get rid of the dirt and grime that you just cleansed. So you're leaving it on the surface.
Oh, okay.
So you always need to use a washcloth first. That's a good question, Monica. Really good question.
It doesn't sting the eyes. So
That's good.
I'm happy.
No,
you
it
know-
doesn't. I've been using it everywhere, but I notice it doesn't take off the waterproof mascara. Very good.
No, you want to use the eye makeup remover only on your eyes.
Oh, I don't know if I have that or not.
Oh, you have, yeah, you do.
I do have it?
First of all, it came in your starter kit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you also have, we put this in everybody's first order.
And what's it called? Eye makeup?
Oil-free eye makeup remover. And here's why, Vanetta. The skin around your eyes. So the best analogy I can use with your skin, the thickness of your skin. The skin on your body is like the thickness of a file folder, a manila folder. The skin on your face is like the thickness of a piece of paper, and the skin around your eyes is like tissue paper. Can you guys hear me?
Oh.
Okay. So
yeah, I can hear you. You know what? I used that facial peel and I put it all under my eyes and everywhere. And I noticed when I took it off,
don't
like,
put the facial peel on
all
your
day
eyes.
yesterday.
No.
Yeah, I did. And it was kind of like burning around here after I took it off, and the next day, kind of like hurting a little bit.
I always tell people,
But I did.
Think of a raccoon. Okay. You do not want to use anything on your eyes except for this and an eye cream. That's it. Or eye patches.
Okay.
Anything that has the word eye in it, eye patches, soothing eye gel, eye makeup remover is your cleaner. Eye cream is your moisturizer. So everything else, or even like where Vanetta and I have our glasses, that's always a good assessment too.
Okay.
I tell people, because this skin here and around your eyes is like tissue paper. It is the most sensitive skin on your body. You also don't have any pores there, so there's no defense mechanism. So you can have some really intense reactions to.
I did. It was really even all day yesterday, but I put it under here and right here on my scars because I thought maybe it would lighten up some of the scars a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm sensitive about that, so I thought, well, maybe that will get rid of some of the scar showing, but it did make all the skin like under here and even over here, like on the side of my eye, kind of sting a little bit.
Yeah, it's too intense for that area. So you want to
Okay,
use the
now I
eye
know.
makeup remover to clean your eyes. And then you use the eye cream. But the other thing too is when we use a cleanser on our eyes, we tend to rub too hard. That's the other thing that I had to really learn that because I was not kind to the skin around my eyes when I first came into Mary Kay. Like I would tug and pull and do all these things. And
Yeah.
and it increases the aging because that skin is so tender and thin. So, but your skin should feel refreshed, clean, but not stringent, not like tight, right?
It feels more clean, but it also feels more dry.
Okay, well, it because we've cleansed, okay, we've impacted the pH balance of our skin. Okay, so this is a perfect time to quickly talk about, and I'm going to give Vanetta. Vanetta has an extra step. So, Vanetta, I'm going to have you do your extra step before we get into the day creams and stuff. But when you cleanse, you impact the pH balance of your skin. Okay, so it sits around 12 normally, and you've sent it up into the 20s. Okay, so if you don't moisturize, you're not bringing it back down to a normal level. Then, if you're dry, your skin's going to feel more dry. If you're oily, your body's going to produce 3 times the amount of oil to try to moisturize itself. Okay,
Oh.
so God made our bodies self-sufficient. We've just kind of screwed it up. So, so whatever you struggle with, you're going to create more of if you don't have a good moisturizer that's coming. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, Vanetta, you also have what's called the Voluform Advanced Lifting Serum in one of those.
Yes.
I want you to open that up
Okay.
and take a large chocolate chip size. This is the bomb diggity. I love that word. It's my favorite word. I call it Botox in a bottle, and it's meant for the triangle of youth, this area right here. Right here.
Oh, you don't put it all over?
Yeah.
I've been putting it all over.
So when it comes in the box, even the brochure shows you the triangle of youth. It's meant to lift this jowl area that we start to see drooping as we get older, and your neck.
Oh, okay.
So kind of think of an oxygen mask where that goes. You're gonna put it in this area and just do it upward and then on your neck. So this again has the Voluform peptide in it. It lifts and plumps the skin. So over time, it helps with that area where we get the marionette lines, and then also the droopiness can come in here, and we can start to get jowls. Okay, I love this stuff. So I have clients that tell me, can I just like put it like all over my body? I'm like, well, it's way too, no. I know we want to, but it's really meant for that area. Okay. So now,
Let me see.
So not on the cheeks, just here.
yeah, just in this area. If you have a little extra, it doesn't matter if it goes up a little bit, but I always do here and then right in this area. That's
Can
really
you
where it's
get it on
meant
your
for.
lips too, or not on your lips?
I'm sorry, what, Monica?
Can you get it on your lips too, or just not on your lips?
No, it doesn't need to go on your lips. It's not gonna, your
Oh,
lips,
not
are,
on your nose?
no, all in this area where an oxygen mask goes. Like the outline of it,
Okay, yeah.
that's usually what I tell people because it helps. Okay, so then here's the thing with the moisturizers. So like I said, moisturizing is super important because it's bringing your skin back to its pH balance. Okay, so with the Miracle Set, we have the antioxidant moisturizer. So this has antioxidants in it. Okay. And it, what does that do? Well, antioxidants fight against the free radicals. What the heck are free radicals? They are like little, Davina may not know and remember the game Pac-Man, but I'm sure Vanetta and Monica remember
Oh yeah,
remember those
yeah.
guys that would go wah, 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 and
Uh,
right? That's what
Yeah,
free
I know
radicals.
Pac-Man.
Oh, you do? Okay, you know it
Yeah.
good. I use that analogy because a lot of people can connect to it, but that's what free radicals do on your skin. They break down the skin barrier, they break down um, all the cells, and they speed up the aging process. So when you go out in your car and your windshield gets full of gunk, all that stuff that gets on your windshield gets on your face. You just can't see it.
yeah,
So you know how sometimes you have to run your windshield wipers to be able to see through your windshield
yeah.
because it gets so dirty? So this is helping putting a barrier. So Davina, I want you to take about a chocolate chip size again, and you're going to put that everywhere you cleansed.
And so I did use the combo to oily moisturizer, but I felt that it wasn't hydrating enough.
Okay,
Am I,
then use the
can
normal to
I,
dry
okay, I can make my own little skincare routine with all of these.
cocktail. I call it a cocktail, a skin cocktail. Okay, we froze again a little bit. Hopefully you can hear me. Yes. So,
Yeah. I was waiting, you know.
really good question, Davina. That's a really good question. You absolutely, because because these lines are all made by our company, they can all be integrated together. So if you feel like you need a little more moisture, it may even mean that you need to
Okay,
use a cleanser from the normal to dry. But you use the combo oily, that's totally fine.
okay.
Just switch over to the normal to dry moisturizer. Okay.
Just figure like what works best for you.
Yes, because
And
here's
how you know, Davina, how I know is there's a pink strip on this one, but look at yours.
Yeah,
Is it the purple strip?
yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I've used the purple one so far because when we did the charcoal mask,
Yeah.
so I was like,
But when we use the charcoal mask, we use this one.
yeah,
well,
that's I had liked that one. I had liked the
You did.
hydration of that one.
You did.
okay, great.
And that's the one we used at my house.
Okay,
So the difference is the purple one absorbs oil. The pink one gives extra hydration. So yes, if it feels better, use the normal to dry
Okay.
moisturizer. And because here's what I used to do. This is a perfect opportunity. For years, I was combo oily. I was combo oily when I was young. So really oily is in the T zone. But I wanted to use the repair line. So I used the cleanser from the 3D that was combo oily, and I used all the other pieces from the repair line for my moisturizer. And sometimes I couldn't even use the day cream every day because it's richer. I would need to use the moisturizer. So the point is, you can integrate things from the different lines. The only one you have to be careful with is the acne line, because that's really pretty specific. But the great thing is it means we can create special skincare cocktails for our clients, right? We just have to ask some questions. So
Yeah.
great question, Davina. And yes, you can use the other moisturizer.
Okay.
So Vanetta, you're going to open
Okay, let me go back.
the
I
one
just
that,
took out Cagney to the bathroom.
oh, okay. Gotcha. So all you need to do is grab your moisturizer, because we're done with the water. So you can be wherever you want.
You said just the
I
pea
like it in the
size?
kitchen.
That's perfect, Davina. Yeah, I say a large chocolate chip size, but what you've got is
Okay.
great. Just dab it on there everywhere and even your neck. It should move really well. So, Vanetta, you're going to open the Voluferm Day Cream sunscreen broad spectrum SPF 30.
one. Uh,
What is broad spectrum exactly?
Broad spectrum means that it's
Are
a
you familiar?
it's an American Cancer Society definition. Broad spectrum means it covers a broad spectrum of things. So our
Sitting on
sunscreen,
the sunscreen, right?
yeah, the day cream. It should say
Yeah.
Calufirm Day Cream
Okay.
because for you, your moisturizer has the serum in it and it has the day cream, the sunscreen in it. Okay. So and then I'll come back to your question, Monica, in just a second. So
Over.
the Repair Day Cream has the moisturizing properties in it. So it's your moisturizer. It also has plant stem cells in it. So I keep holding up this tub because the day and the night cream come in these special tubs.
The
Because
night silver and
they have
and
to
the day is
stay,
pink.
they have to stay airtight so that the plant stem cells are not impacted because the oxygen destroys their efficacy.
Oh, I love how it comes out of this too.
Yeah, it pumps out through the center. It's really cool. So
Yeah,
you only need one pump. So you don't over pump. You only need one pump that should do your face and your neck.
okay.
Or Vanetta, just again, a large chocolate chip size. You can always take out a little extra.
You said chocolate chip.
Yeah, large chocolate chip.
I thought a potato chip.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, that's kind of a lot. So I was doing like the air fried chip. Oh my God.
That's okay. Just maybe move it down to your neck and your décolleté.
Soaking the stuff up anyways.
Well, and that
Thank you.
well, that's probably just because you're really dry right now, and
Yeah.
eventually you're gonna find you'll use less and less when you
Yeah.
do this every day because your skin is going to be
Yeah.
more hydrated over time. But for
this
most,
feels better than I don't know what it's called. I have one of the sunscreen for your face, Rock or ROC. This one,
Oh yeah, I hate that stuff. I've used that stuff a couple times. I bought it and I just never even finished using it
well,
this
because they're horrible. I thought.
it's really interesting because thank you for saying that because our sunscreen, because it's made for your face and it's in a skincare product that's either a serum or moisturizer, it's not thick and goopy. I mean, the day cream in the Repair line is a bit richer than you're going to feel the night cream tonight because of the sunscreen. But yeah, it's not tacky, like it's not sticky.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you feel like it's better because the scientists work really hard
really
to,
more softening to my skin.
yeah.
And that's what it should be.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Chris?
So let
you-
me answer
Oh.
your broad spectrum before I forget because my
Okay, sorry.
brain will. No, that's okay. So what broad spectrum means is that it covers a broad spectrum of benefits. So our sunscreens in our skincare are endorsed by the American Cancer Society. They protect against the UVB and the UVA rays. Okay, there's a difference. So the UVB, as in boy, the B stands for burning. So those are the rays that burn your skin. The UVA, as in apple, are the rays that age your skin. Two different things.
Oh,
So that's why it's called broad spectrum, because it's
Okay.
not just doing one thing, it's protecting against multiple things from the sun.
okay.
Okay.
So that's why I still got, maybe that's why I still got a big sunspot, even though I'm hardly ever was in the sun.
Yep. Because whatever you might have been using may not have been protecting against the actual aging rays.
Yeah.
So that's just really, really key. Then while Vanetta's getting the baby outside to do its business, I'm going to have Davina. Now, here's what's different with the Miracle Set. With the Miracle Set, your daytime defender, which has your SPF in it, and then we're going to talk about the nighttime separately.
Okay.
Yours are separate from the moisturizer, and they're considered serums. Serums work slow over time. Okay, so your moisturizer is hydrating for up to 12 hours. So when you cleanse and then moisturize in the morning, moisturizes all day long, slowly until you cleanse and moisturize at night. So you get 24 hours of hydration. So your day defender and your nighttime recovery are your serums. Okay.
Okay.
The day defender is what has the SPF 30 in it. So for the Miracle Set, in the morning, you cleanse, then you moisturize, and you put the day defender on last because it's thicker. It has the sunscreen in it. Okay. So what you're going to do is pump out large chocolate chip size, and you're going to put that all over your face. Don't forget your neck. If you need some extra, Davina, put it on your neck and even your décolleté. Okay. Whereas at night, your nighttime defender goes on in between the cleanser and the moisturizer, but the day defender goes on last because it's thickest and you need that protection last. So
So what the nighttime goes on when?
I'll go through that in just a minute. The nighttime goes
okay.
on between the cleanser and the moisturizer, whereas with the Miracle Set, the day defender, it's cleanser, moisturizer, then daytime defender.
Okay. Can I ask a question while they're doing that real quick?
Yeah.
When, because you said that those beads in our face wash has toner, so we don't use it. So when do we use this?
Great question. So that is part of the Mary Kay line. So anybody with young skin uses it after the cleanser because their cleanser doesn't have a toner in it. You can
So this
also,
is for the younger skin stuff.
well, it can be integrated. You can also use it. Some people still like to use a toner in their process, but I also use it after the charcoal mask because when you take the charcoal mask off, a lot of times everything looks clean, but then if you use a little bit of toner and wipe it off, you'll see charcoal mask on your cotton round.
Okay.
There's still some people that even though the toner's built into the cleanser, they still just like the feeling of a toner, and they're gonna buy it from you and say, I still.
Yeah, I've been using it like with a cotton pad after washing my face at night.
Yeah.
And then I would put this on, and then before makeup in the morning I put it on, but I didn't realize it was for the younger skin and stuff.
Well, you can still use it. I mean,
Not gonna hurt
anybody
you.
can use it. It's just what we've done is we've tried to cut steps out for people.
Yeah.
So by doing that, having the toner in the cleanser helps. But for some people, they still like the feeling of a toner in between cleanser and moisturizer.
Okay.
So it can be used by anybody. It's just specifically part of that line because there's not a toner built into the cleanser, because that line is for young skin and super, super sensitive skin.
Okay.
So you're not doing anything wrong per se, Monica. There's some people that just love the feel of a toner. And
Okay.
so it gives us an option. And it also is really great to use after the charcoal mask because it just gets it even cleaner.
Yeah, I got that down. Good.
Okay, so then for you, Davina, I don't think you did you get an eye cream in the starter kit? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Perfect. So now Vanetta, you should have an envelope there that says Voluform Eye Renewal Cream. Okay. And then Davina, you have your TimeWise eye cream.
Yes.
Okay. So what you're going to do is this is like literally the I always say like half of a Tic Tac size. Like you don't need a lot of
Yeah.
like
I-
literally, like I don't know if you know what a Tic Tac is, but half of a Tic Tac.
Yeah.
And then you take it. I'm going to put some on, even though I have makeup on, because I can put it. Take it with your ring fingers because they're your weakest finger, and you tap it, stipple it. We say, okay. You can
Oh.
take it and put a little up by your brow, also, if you want. This under my eyes is my problem area. That's where I get dry. Now, with the Miracle Set, you apply it with your fingers. But Vanetta, for the repair line, this is one of the things I love. The applicator for the eye cream is very unique. See how it's the silver
Yeah.
tip?
I didn't use it with my
And
fingers. I did it with that.
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I said with the Miracle Set, you use your fingers, but she's got the sample pack, so she doesn't have this.
Oh, okay.
So when you purchase the actual eye cream itself, it comes and it's got this applicator that's rounded on one side and flat on the other, and the eye
And it
cream
makes your eyes feel really cool.
comes right out of that hole. And then what you do is you use this to put it on, and you use it in a circular motion. This tip is made from aluminum and platinum, and it's the same ingredients for the silver discs that they use in the boxing ring when boxers get super puffy and in between rounds. We watch a lot of sports, but I don't watch a lot of boxing. But what's cool about it is this is made up of the same properties, so it helps with the puffiness under our eyes. It stays cool to the touch. So when you put it on yourself, it's cooling, and you just kind of rub it like this, and it helps with the puffiness, and then also that crepiness that we get because it's a super, super hydrator. So that's really neat. Monica's correct that normally with the repair line, it comes, the eye cream, you use the actual bottle to apply it. The Miracle Set, you don't have to worry about as much yet because you're still doing the anti-aging. So you're applying it with your fingers. Okay. So then the only other thing that's different is at night, you're Vanetta, tonight you're going to cleanse again.
Oh,
Okay.
I have a facial peel.
Oh, okay. We do that in between the cleanser and the moisturizer. That sits for 20 minutes. So I will text you order of application. So tonight, what you
I put the numbers on the little packet.
Oh, you're so smart. I love that. So tonight, what you can do is cleanse. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to have you put the facial peel on, and you sit with that for 20 minutes.
Okay.
What the facial peel does is it gets in there, gets down into the layers of the skin, breaks up the dry, dead skin cells. It's like a lotion. And it's gonna feel like it tingles, and then you take a washcloth and you remove it after 20 minutes, and then you put your moisturizer on.
Okay.
But I'll
How
text
often
you
should
that.
you use that?
What's that, Monica?
How often should you use the facial peel?
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
Okay.
So
But
we have a couple of different exfoliators. So we have the facial peel, which is for mature skin. Anybody can use it, but you can also use it on your heels, ladies, to get rid of that nasty stuff we get on our heels. We have all these tricks with what we use this stuff for.
Yeah.
Then we have our microdermabrasion. Then we have our charcoal mask. Those are all. Oh, and the Mary Kay line also has a scrub. Those are all exfoliators. So you want to exfoliate a couple times a week, but you got to be careful using multiple things. So if you want to, you could use the peel one night and then microderm another day. I usually do charcoal mask on Friday night because my husband and I do it together. And yes, Davina, you can get Drew in there. It's good for their pores. That charcoal mask is so good for men's skin. So good. Vanetta, if your man is up for it, slather some on for him.
He probably will be.
The charcoal mask, right?
Yeah. So have him use a little of your cleanser and then just load that on and you guys can rock it out. So tonight, cleanse, right? Okay. And then Vanetta, I'm gonna text you because you're gonna use your peel, but and you and I are gonna talk for a few minutes after this too. And then after you use your peel, you're gonna do the night.
Oh,
The night.
Chris.
Yeah.
Do you put on the moisturizer and all that, or be on just an empty face?
Okay.
Like
Say
after
that
you
again,
cleanse, then you
Monica.
do the peel, right?
You cut out. Say that
Okay,
again?
so when you use the facial peel, you shouldn't use that with all the moisturizer on, right? You use it right after you cleanse or before you cleanse, like with nothing on your face.
You cleanse, then you put the peel on. You sit with it for 20 minutes. You take the peel off, and then you use your nighttime moisturizer.
Okay. And then the eye cream.
And then the eye cream. Yep. You got it. So it's an extra step in there between the cleanser and the moisturizer. Same for you, Davina, whether it's a charcoal mask or the microderm, or I usually do the microderm in the shower just because it's easier but we're going to do the charcoal mask next week with all the guests. But tonight, Davina, you do your cleanser. Then you do the nighttime recovery. Okay. So here's the thing about the night solutions, the creams and the serums. So with the Miracle Set, you see those little beads in there?
Yeah.
Those are vitamins A, C, and E. So we call it acing your face. And when you pump the serum out, those beads burst and those vitamins go right onto the clean skin. So why vitamins A, C, and E? Vitamin A is the #1 ingredient in retinol. Vitamin C is the #1 ingredient in collagen, which gives your skin its elasticity. And vitamin E is a super healer. So it speeds up the skin rejuvenation process. Okay. So that's why those 3 vitamins are in there. So you're going to cleanse, Davina, then you're going to put on your night cream, then you're going to put on your moisturizer. Okay. Davina or Vanetta, yours has encapsulated retinol in it. And the reason that you obviously do it at night is because it has retinol in it, so you don't want to go out in the sun. But it is encapsulated. And what does that mean? It just means it's released slowly over the 12 hours while you're sleeping. 8 hours, whatever, but between night and morning, it's slowly releasing the retinol. So because it's a slow release, your skin receives it without it being too harsh, if that makes sense. So your nighttime serum and moisturizer is giving you benefits that at night that's helping to repair and replenish the skin. Okay. And Vanetta, again, I will text you so that you can do the peel tonight so that you know like what to do, if that will help the steps. Okay. So let's hear some words. How does your skin feel?
Moisturized. Yeah, I like the dry moisturizer more. I had used the oily one for the past 2 days and it just didn't feel hydrating.
Great. Perfect.
Do you have the dry one with you at your house, Davina, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Both.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so that's great, Davina. What's cool about that is now you can speak to, because you will have clients over time that
Yes.
will need to kind of create a special cocktail. Just like I said, I still had to use for probably 5 or 6 years. I used the Combo Oily Cleanser with all the other and actually I couldn't even use the day cream every single day from the repair line because it was too rich for my skin because I hadn't dried out yet. So I would integrate the Miracle Set stuff in to help with that. So because our products are tested to integrate together, it just creates an ability for you to really create a customized set. Because some people really do have that, like they need some of the oil, reduction, but not to a point where then they feel you don't want them feeling the other way,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? Because then it can cause other issues.
Maybe like you could put the oily on your T-zone and the dry to combo around everywhere else,
Well,
right?
the combo oil, no, the combo, you want to use one or the other. So
Oh,
the combo oily is it's combo because it's attacking the oil in the T-zone and the dryness here.
okay.
But for some people, then when it comes to the moisturizer, they may just, that may only, maybe only they need to use the cleanser, and that's going to give them enough of reducing the oil to then that they can use just the regular cleanser,
Oh,
the
okay.
normal to dry cleanser. But for most people, 90% of the people, they're going to be, if they're combo oily, they're using the whole combo oily. They're not switching out.
Okay.
But the other thing that can happen is hormonally. Hormones, ladies, wreak
Stop.
havoc on our skin. Yeah, right. Exactly, Monkey. Yeah, absolutely.
Wait till y'all get menopause. It's not.
Well, and even when you're younger, like
Yeah.
when women are on their cycle, they
Look
might
at Allie, Davina.
they might notice more oil, or they might feel more dry, or there's just so two things to just always keep in mind is yes, it could be that they need to switch a skincare line, but I always ask a couple questions first. Um, like hormonally, have you had changes hormonally? Like basically, you know, are you in the middle of your cycle? Have you gone through menopause? Are you going through menopause? All those kind of things make a difference. The other is, have you started taking a new medication? And Vanetta can probably speak to this better than any of us. Medications have a big impact on your skin, on your body, all kinds of stuff. And sometimes people don't equate to it, like they might have had to start taking a medication, or maybe they're on an antibiotic because, like, I was just on a Z-Pack because I got so sick last week that it there was a difference in my skin because of it. So, kind of finding out from them first, have you had any changes in your environment, basically? Does that help a little?
Yeah, definitely. Medications really do make
They do.
havoc on you.
And I don't know, Vanetta, if you noticed that. I know you told me you take some different medications, and if you ever notice differences in how your skin is responding.
My insulin makes my skin really dry, especially
Yeah,
on my
mine too.
On your hands. Okay.
on my hands.
We
Then,
both are diabetics.
okay. So yeah, so that's a big one, especially on the extremities, hands and feet.
Yeah.
One of the things that is really helpful with that is the satin hands, because it's a three-step process. Um, Hands and feet, it can be used on. So just some of those different things, but that's just really going to help you. So was this helpful?
Yes.
So helpful.
Okay.
And if there's any other meetings or shows like Zooms that have the the process of putting on the creams if I can join those? Because that's how I learn is through seeing versus reading. I hate reading.
I'm the same way. I have ADD, and I even in college, they had to give me tape books on tape, and I would read and listen, and that's the only way. I would read all night and then forget everything I just read, and then but when I could hear it while I read, that really helped me so much.
Yeah, there's a lot to, but yes, Vanetta, we do have there's a group of directors down here too that I am grafted into that they have a lot of Zoom events. And so now that I'm more settled, those are things that we're going to be able to be a part of. And so I'll start getting some of that out because between Maria and I and other Mary Kay directors, there's a lot of options. Then there's also when you go into InTouch under the education tab, there's a whole video library. You don't, and basically what they do is that we have, and I don't know if you even know on your website, when women go in and let's say, and I sent this to Monica's aunt, Sherry, or I sent her here. So on your website, when somebody hits the shop button and then let's say they pull up the repair set, okay, and they're looking at it, there's a little button on that page that there's two buttons. One is a written order of application. So they can click on it and it shows them when to use what. And then there's a video.
Oh, that's nice.
And the video goes through and talks about this is what to use when. And there's a woman that's just doing the product. These videos are like 2-3 minutes long. And so there's a bunch of those too in our InTouch that if it's easier for you to have something like that, even playing in the background or you watching, and it's not like they're 20 minutes long. They're like 2 to 3 minutes.
And then in InTouch, what is the section that it's in?
It's under
Education.
the education tab. Yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. And then I'm actually going to stop the recording.
Oh, okay. I think I'm